And for our next matchup, this is the 1:30 game between Aspire Academy out of Louisville, Kentucky, and Potter's House Christian out of Florida. We're hooping on the hill live from Warren Central High School in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play, and I'm joined on color by my broadcast partner, Cullen Kreider. There we go. And Cullen, this is going to be a very interesting game. The teams aren't extremely similar, but they're not extremely different either in that you don't have a lot of quote-unquote star power, but you do have some players who can really hurt you. If you're talking about Aspire, we're talking about Prosper Obidobubi. If you're talking about Potter's House, we're talking about Dontavius King. And these two teams play hard from the first whistle to the last.
Yeah, this will be a battle right here. And it's like you said, you know, Aspire does have some really big guys, but there's not anybody that just separates themselves completely in talent. And so you're going to have a very, very solid matchup, a lot of very solid players out here, several D1 players out here that we got on the floor. And so
yes,
I think each of them on each team, you know what I mean? And so as we get a fist bump from the big king himself, he's one that we watched him yesterday, and I mean that dude's got a bag of tricks once he gets on the block, you know. And so I think it'll be a really, really interesting matchup, like you said, because I bet there's some guys out here that they're going to bring a fight here, and you know we may see some tempers flare, and it seems to be that type of game to me. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that just in a competitive spirit, and that always makes for an interesting matchup.
Projected starting lineups. Aspire will start 0 Ramon Woods, 1 Amard Harvey, 3 TJ Tony, 13 Sekou Seda Calais, 24 Prosper Obidobubi. And Potter's House, Marseille Caston, Dontavius King, Tomasi Gilgis Alexander, Weeza Panzo, and DeAndre Harvey. So we'll go to public announce for the official starting assignments.
Starting in guard, number 11, Tomasi Gilgis Alexander. Starting at 4, number 43, Weeza Panzo. Starting at 4, number 5, Jonathan King. Starting at guard, number 2, Marseille Caston. And starting at guard, number 12, DeAndre Harvey. And now let's hear it for the starting lineup for the Wizards of Aspire Academy. Starting in guard, number 0, Ramon Woods. Starting in guard, number 3, TJ Tony. Starting in guard, number 1, Amard Harvey. Starting at 4, number 13, Sekou Sada Calais. And starting at 4, number 24, Prosper Obi.
All right, so the Aspire Academy Wizards, home team on the scoreboard in white, trimmed in red and black. Potter's House Christian Lions are your visitors in black, trimmed in sky blue and white. Dontavius King wins the tip. Ball is picked up by Tomasi Gilgis Alexander, and we are underway. Some guys are going to need some ice baths tonight. This is going to be a physical contest.
Battle. Mm-hmm. And
Prosper Obidobubi almost steals that one away.
They're already up. Amard Harvey's ball pressure, Obi's ball pressure.
King. And he is fouled by the littlest player on the floor, Ramon Woods, number 0, his first, team first. Dontavius King headed to College of Charleston.
He's a load down there, man.
He is. He
I mean,
really is.
we talked about him last night, and he's not a guy that's going to be playing too much above the rim. That's just not his style. But he's that dude that he's super efficient on the block. He's got a bag of tricks down there that he can go to any move, either hand. I mean, he's very, very difficult guard.
When they
difficult
want a
to
bucket,
guard.
they're going to go it in, throw it in to
Absolutely.
Dontavius King.
And he showed yesterday as well. He can shoot it.
Yeah.
He stepped out at the top of the key.
Beautiful rotation on that shot. I'd forgotten about that.
It
You just now
surprised us
mentioned
both.
it. Yes, absolutely. 1-0, Potter's House. Ahmad Harvey to Ramon Woods. A better pass, Woods can take a three on that, and I think he wanted to. Defense closed.
And we were told before the game, Ahmad Harvey right on cue there, but Ahmad Harvey's got some college attention in the stands right now as he's on the floor.
DeAndre Harvey, no good. Ahmad Harvey with the rebound. And I'm going to use a term about Harvey that some people find offensive, but I promise is a compliment. But he is a skilled garbage man. And that he does things other folks don't want to do, and he does it really well. T.J. Toney with the tray ball for the Wizards.
Well, one that a lot of people will know is he's got a high motor.
Super high.
He's got a nonstop motor.
Yes.
And as a coach, you can't ask for anything more. I mean, honestly. I mean, yeah, you want the best talent in the country, but when you got a guy who is talented like Ahmad Harvey and he works his tail off, that's the perfect combination.
Prosper, Obi to Booby, elbow. I thought he was going to take the jumper, but no. Back out to Harvey.
Good
Prosper,
close.
top of the key. And what have we got? Sekou, say to Calais.
Credit King there for a very good closeout and getting his hand up there. I didn't see what Saleh did, but that could have been a shot opportunity there for Prosper, and he didn't take it because of the closeout. And then right after that, you get a foul. So good closeout by King, and good job of getting his hand up.
Tray ball on the way, short. Wiza Panzo. Sekou, say to Calais with the rebound for Aspire. Mark Harvey dumps it down to Sadie Calais. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Marseille Caston.
And I don't think Saleh realized that he had a guard on him in the post there. Should have just went straight up.
Dontavius King, reverse layup. He got hacked. I think Prosper Obi DeBooby got him, I think. Yep. That's the first foul on Prosper. That's the third foul on the Wizards of the first half. So Dontavius King back to the line. And that's an expression we may hear a lot this afternoon.
Yeah.
Dante King at the free throw line.
Well, and talk about, you don't think about this a lot of times with basketball IQ, but his basketball IQ on the block is extremely elite.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows exactly what to do. He's got a great feel for any double teams coming, knows how to use his body to spin off.
And he was smart enough to put that shot up, knowing he had no prayer of making it. But then at least he's going to get 2 free throws out of it.
Creates
3-3.
a lot of body contact. He's just impossible, not to bang with. And he's a guy that you don't want to bang with, but he forces it on you.
Mard Harvey, no good. Marseille Caston picks up the loose ball. It's a 3-on-2. Dontavius King, no good. Thought he was fouled. Obi DeBooby with the rebound. Ramon Woods drops it off between the legs behind him to T.J. Toney.
Oh.
And Prosper Obi DeBooby really battled for that loose ball. Got to admire the big man for stretching out like that. He's going to feel that tonight.
It was great hustle, and he gets his team another possession.
There we go. I wasn't sure who it was out on. Last touch by Potter's House. Ramon Wood, that's T.J. Toney. Feeds the post to Sekou Seda Calais.
And again, a big mismatch there with Caston on Seda Calais there. He's giving up at least, I'd say, 6-7 inches.
Caston called for the foul. His first, team first.
I don't know if they've just got them matched up.
It looked like they were in a zone, and I think he just, got to that spot. And it just took him a second to realize, oh, there's a little guy on me.
Well, if I'm Saleh, I expose that and I continue to get to that spot. And I mean, there's really nothing Caston can do. He's a very tough player, but just gives
just
up
not
too
big
much
enough.
size in that matchup.
Yep. Sekou Seda Calais makes 2, and it's 5-3 Wizards.
And both teams, they've really got it revved up right now.
Yes.
I mean, there is no lackadaisical play going on right now. They're both locked in.
Ramon Woods almost created a steal. Baseline, Dante King. Offensive rebound, no good by King.
Oh.
And Wiza Panzo is fouled by Sekou Seda Calais. That is Sekou's second foul. Team 4th. And Wiza Panzo, I believe? Yes, Wiza Panzo to the free throw line, shooting a pair. And Panzo makes both. It's 5-5. Ahmad Harvey to Prosper Obi-Debooby. It looked good, little short, just a little short. Rebound, DeAndre Harvey. And Cullen, I'm waiting for the sub where they bring in Mayum again.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Basket good, Marseille Caston.
Caston played great yesterday as well. And
In
just
the second
like,
half.
Just like that, right?
Yeah.
He did everything going to the rim.
Prosper Obi-Debooby drives baseline, cut off by Dontavius King. Sekou Seda Calais drives in, blocked by Wiza Panzo. Caston, layup is good.
Yeah, that's his game right there. You
He getting started early today.
Let him get in transition. Let him get going downhill, and you're in big trouble there.
Ramon Woods almost loses it, saves it. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Trey ball is good. Ramon Woods.
And Potter's House, Coach McLaughlin, he wants him to go under the screens, and that's why.
Caston, Trey ball, no good. Prosper Obi-Debooby. Outlet pass is knocked away by Tomasi Gilgeous-Alexander. 32. Unless something has changed, 32 should be Serenade Dianye for Aspire. Ahmad Harvey, baseline, it's good.
Very good. And that's too easy there. You know, if
Way
you're
too
Potter's
easy.
House, you don't want to give that up. But good job by Harvey of staying under control and going straight up.
Konstantin Dachenko, excuse me.
That kid can light it up.
Yes, he can. Great shooter. Gaston turns it over. And Mayum also into the contest for Potter's House. .26 left in the first half. Our score is Aspire 10, Potter's House 9.
And look for Potter's House really to try to get in transition here with this lineup. I can really see them really trying to push the basketball.
Prosper Obi-Debooby skies for the rebound, no good. Wiza Panzo, but he falls out of bounds, so the ball will stay with Aspire. Prosper Obi-Debooby showing some hops that he doesn't normally show. He was way above the rim on that rebound. Trey ball, TJ Tony, no good. Konstantin Dachenko with the rebound. Trey ball, Dachenko, no good. Prosper Obi with the rebound. Obi-Debooby over the timeline. Step back tray is blocked by Wiesa Panzo, and we had a late whistle there. Late whistles drive coaches crazy. Panzo's first, team second. So Prosper Obi to Booby will get 3 free throws. First free throw is good. And entering the contest for Potter's House after the next free throw will be Keanu Calderon. Second free throw is good. And Cullen, I get a feeling we're going to have to watch Coach McLaughlin and this particular ref. They've gotten off to a rocky start.
That's why I've been silent for a while. I've been chiming in or listening in here.
Okay. Yeah.
And there, he's upset about the last foul call.
Right.
But to me, when the defender comes down into the landing spot of the shooter, it's automatic. I do think that he did make a good play on the ball, and he did block it. But at the same time, when your momentum carries you into the shooter, it's still a foul.
Arsay Caston, his second foul. Potter's House picks up their third of the first half. Titan Newton, they call him Figgy, into the contest for Aspire. Ramon Woods into the lane. Wow. He got hammered by Mayum. That's the first on Mayum. The fourth on Potter's House. Ramon Woods will go to the free throw line.
Ramon Woods gets up there now. He got the contact from behind him. That's why it's so. Anytime you get pushed from behind, when you're in the air especially, it's a very scary looking play, you know. But and
he popped right up.
Well, and any contact you get from behind you like that is going to look way worse than because that momentum that it takes on you, it pushes you to the floor. There's no way around it once you get up in the air.
Spire leads it by 6, 15-9. DeAndre Harvey being guarded by Ramon Woods. Mayum to Dachenko, back to Mayum, and knocked away by Titan Newton. Picked up by TJ Harvey. Ramon Woods to Prosper Obi to Booby. Step back jumper is no good.
Too many passes there.
Luisa Panzo in transition for Potter's House. Keanu Calderon, deep right wing. He feeds to Dachenko. Pass is too tall. Sekou Seda Calais. When do you think they go back to Dontavius King? Within the next minute or so?
Well, we saw this yesterday. He got a big break. I think it may have been the second half.
Second half, it was.
Yeah, it can't be too long. You can't leave him on the bench too long. Good pass. Except
stolen by Keanu Calderon. He can't control it, loses it out of bounds.
And I should take that back. It's a difficult pass from the distance that it was made from. Oh, wow.
Over and back. Am I missing something, Cullen?
I'm not. Well,
you know what? He must have touched the ball while it was in the air in the front court. If you touch the ball while it's in the air and then receive it.
He did that for sure.
Okay, and that's the violation.
Yeah.
That's the violation.
Talk about an unforced error.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and that's just simply you've got to know the rule and obey the rule. And that's a foul on TJ Toney. A bad couple of possessions there if you're TJ Toney.
And now the ref stares him down.
Yeah, that ref is going to be a handful. He's going to call a tech on someone before this game is over. That's the same one who was jawing with Coach McLaughlin a moment ago. And he just gave Coach Kipnis a look like,
Well,
step off.
at least both coaches don't like him, you know. So.
At least he's being even about it. Mayun feeds Weeza Panzo. Wide open trade. DeAndre Harvey.
Nice shot.
It's good.
Very
Three-pointer.
nice shot.
15-12. Aspire on top.
I can't hardly see anything right
That's
now.
Newton. 5-second call. Okay, so ref thought the Spire had called a timeout.
Well, that's not crazy either, because you've got not that this particular play was called that, but you got side out. You got, a lot of play calls can sound like a timeout.
And Potter's House was excited because they thought they had forced a 5-second call. They thought it was their basketball. But ball will remain with the Spire. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Ramon Woods to Ahmad Harvey. He feeds Seda Calais, and I think he got pushed in the back.
And again, that's a very, very tough entry spot for a post entry from the top of the key. It's just a tough angle.
Konstantin Dachenko called for his first foul, the 5th against Potter's House. Prosper Obidobubi into the game for Aspire, replacing Ramon Woods. Ball out of bounds. TJ Tony with the inbounds to Figgy Newton. Back to TJ Tony, back to Newton. Newton near the jump circle up top. Over to Ahmad Harvey, TJ Tony.
Got 7 on the shot clock. I'm not sure they know.
I don't think they know.
I think Soleil does, though. Yep.
Seda Calais, no good.
Calais, excuse me.
Rebound, Weeza Panzo. DeAndre Harvey on the run. He tries to kick it. There we go. Over to Keanu Calderon. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by, I believe, Aspire. Now entering the contest, number 11, Jaden Alton. He's usually number 23, but today he's 11. This weekend he's been 11. Offensive rebound, Dachenko. He cannot get the tip. And TJ Tony into the front court for Aspire. 6:46 to go in the first half. I really enjoy how crisply these games have moved.
Yeah, King continues to sit.
Yes. I'm shocked. I really, really am.
Well,
because they're having trouble scoring.
At this pace right now, I tell you what, first one to 50 may win.
Good point. Prosper Obidobubi, no good. Weeza Panzo with the rebound.
I was going to say 60, but I'm not. Ooh.
Offensive. He made that call way too easy. Offensive foul, Keanu Calderon. That is his first, team 6th.
We have a timeout from Aspire. Full.
We've got a full timeout called by Aspire Academy with 6:19 left to go in the first half. So we'll take a break here on the broadcast as well. I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play, joined by Cullen Kreider on color. It's day 2 of Hoopin' on the Hill, live from Warren Central High School in Bowling Green, Kentucky. A grind session event brought to you by Tanager Sports. We will be right back. We are back at Bowling Green. Aspire Academy with the basketball. 6 minutes left in the first half. Sekou Sadikale.
If you're Coach Kipnis, you'd like to see a lot more of that. And obviously, you know, it was a dunk there, but to me, he goes straight up and he goes straight for the dunk instead of
Mayung to Dontavius King.
Now, King's had a big break, so watch him to really be assertive here and watch him to get a lot of touches in the post.
I know I'm a little old-fashioned, old school, whatever you want to call it, but Dontavius King would touch the basketball every single possession.
No doubt.
And anybody who didn't want to do that would have a seat by me.
It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like Shaq.
Dunk in transition, Keanu Calderon.
You let the big man catch every single time just to see what it can create. Doesn't mean that he shoots it every time. It just means that, you know, he at least needs a touch to see how the defense reacts.
You know what I would like to see is whether or not King can guard out on the perimeter. Will he be a guard at the next level or an undersized forward, undersized wing? That's what I'd like to know. I'd be so tempted to put him at guard if he can move his feet at all.
Well, I think at the mid-major level, I think he's a four. I think he's a power forward.
Size four?
Yeah. Now he's a traditional four. You know what I mean? He's not the modern day four like the stretch four. Although again, we've seen him put it. Or he can step out and shoot it. But
if I can get a guy that big and that strong to beat up wings,
right,
beat up guards for me.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Again, I'm extremely throwback.
I don't see him as far as a four that puts it on the floor and creates his own shot. I just don't see that.
No, that's what I'm saying, because I don't want him to be a 3 or a 4. I want him to be a 2. But, you know, I just don't know if he can move well enough. All right, so held ball. Possession arrow favors Aspire. And Potter's House has quietly trimmed that lead back down to 1, 17 to 16, 4:53 to go in the first half. And excuse me, the arrow belongs to Potter's House. I'm looking at the arrow knowing it's Potter's House, and I'm saying Aspire.
Wow.
I don't know what Dachenko saw, but TJ Tony got the easiest steal of his life.
Travel.
Prosper Obi-Duboop, no. Yeah, that was Prosper. He went for a spin move on the baseline, and he fell. Called for the travel. And it's Potter's House basketball once again. Let's see what Dachenko comes up with this time. Okay, he gets it to Keanu Calderon. Calderon into the front court. He gets it to DeAndre Harvey. Into the lane. Short floater in the lane, no good. Mayum with the offensive rebound. Into the lane. Tries a pocket pass. There we go. Dontavius King picks it up. Mard Harvey with the rebound. He is fouled by Mayum.
Got to put him in the bonus.
And so Mard Harvey go to the free throw line.
And I want to go back to something we were talking about with King. Now,
yes.
Think about putting him now into a college program and thinking about the muscle and the weight that he's going to put on. You know,
Good
so
point.
I think that makes him he's got the frame and he's got that lower body that's so strong and you know, he can put on another probably 15, 20 pounds of muscle. And now that makes him a legit 4.
Or, depending on your training methods, you slim him down and pick up his
weight.
Yeah, pick up his flexibility. Dachenko, a nice baby hook in the lane. It just didn't go. Mard Harvey behind the defense. He is so heady.
Yep, that was a nice play there. And instead of trying to get into the body of the defenders, he just goes straight up and puts it off the glass with a nice kiss.
4 minutes to go. The lead is 5, 21 to 16. Aspire Academy. Dachenko with the basketball, being guarded by Eduardo Ramirez.
Nice.
Oh, what a ball fake there by Dachenko on the drive.
Very
he is
nice.
fouled. That was beautiful work. Fouled by Eduardo Ramirez.
That was almost Ginobili-ish, or esque,
Very
I should say.
Ginobili-esque. Good catch. The 6th foul on Aspire. Dachenko will shoot a pair, makes the first. (21-17). Spire on top by 4. 3:49 to go in the first half. And Dachenko coaxes the second one in. And Dachenko will be replaced by Wiza Panzo. TJ Tony into the lane. He gets it to Ahmad Harvey. Harvey with 8.
That was too easy for Potter's House. They left the lane wide open.
Wide open. Wide.
For Tony to drive to.
Could have driven a truck in that lane.
Yeah, he just drops it off. Oh, go.
Pass stolen by
Harvey's going to go.
Sekou Calais.
Good choice.
Harvey to Ramon Woods on the baseline in the corner. No good. CJ Tony stolen. Keanu Calderon. Calderon forces the foul. That foul committed by Sekou Calais, his third, team 7. And that will send Keanu Calderon to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Both teams in the bonus now with 3:11 to go in the first half. Aspire 23, Potter's House 18 is our count. First free throw is good by Calderon.
At the line for Potter's House Christian, number 0, Keanu Calderon.
Second free throw also good by Calderon. He's got 4. And the lead is 3, 23-20. Spire continues to lead Potter's House. Aspire loses the ball out of bounds. TJ Tony is looking at that line as
well. He's not. His feet aren't even close. It must it must have been on the bounce.
Yeah, it was on the bounce. And you know, with our angle, you really can't see it.
Right.
But I knew it had to be close, and the ref was right there on top of it. Wiza Panzo, no good.
Go to work.
King, rebound, and he sticks it in. Ahmad Harvey and TJ Tony back in the backcourt by themselves. There's Ramon Woods. He picks it up over to Harvey. He swings it to Eduardo Ramirez. Tray ball is good.
And that's a great pass by Harvey, just on time.
26-22. The pace has begun to pick up for both squads.
It makes me really happy for Harvey how well he's playing right now, knowing that he's got scouts watching him.
Absolutely.
Today. Good defense.
Dontavius King, call for steps. All right, so Potter's House personnel and the coaches just not on the same page right now. And that's really not a good sign, Colin. I know players think for themselves, they're human. But, you know, the little back and forth and always making excuses to your coaches, I hate seeing that.
Right.
Now, you can go to the sideline during a timeout or in the locker room and say, hey, coach, here's what was going on. But to just defy him like that in the open court, I never have cared for that. Because I fundamentally agree with what he was telling them.
Harvey gets a steal.
You're turning your own players around with your passes. Ramon Woods with the acrobatic finish. That foul committed by Keanu Calderon, his second, team 8. And Ramon Woods, it looks like he's going to be one of the ones I said is going to need an ice bath. He has been bouncing up off the floor quite a bit this morning, this afternoon. I think that's the 3rd time he's been on the floor. And 2 of those times were after pretty good blows. And now he bounces off of Gilgis Alexander there.
pass.
Dontavius King, no good. Ramon Woods comes out of there with the rebound. TJ Toney thought about the three. He gets it down to Prosper Obidobubi instead. TJ Toney, step back three on the way, no good. Mayun with the rebound. He tries to drop it off to Keanu Calderon.
Give Tony a lot of credit there for sprinting back on defense.
And that created that turnover.
Yep.
So Coach McLaughlin calls his guys back. He takes the press off. Aspire was beating it easily anyway. So now he wants to go man and see what they can do for the last minute or so of the half. Thought we were going to get some weave action, but it was just a dribble handoff, a second dribble handoff. Prosper Obidobubi into the lane.
Nice
Reverse
shot.
layup. Good. High degree of difficulty on that shot. He's got 5. Stolen.
Right now, Aspire is just playing more intelligent basketball.
Yes.
They just really are. Making better
Ramon
decisions.
Woods, shot blocked by Wiza Panzo.
They're making better decisions. They're sharing the basketball. They're getting better looks, better shots.
And so they now enjoy their largest lead of the contest, 31-22, 9 points with 36 seconds to go in the half. Ramirez, no good. Ahmad Harvey runs down the offensive rebound. How many times have you heard us say that, folks? Ahmad Harvey with the offensive rebound in the last few weeks.
Only about a second or half a second difference here in the shot clock, and he just wants one shot. There you go.
And now the shot clock is off.
Yeah, and to your point, we're always talking about Ahmad Harvey and his offensive rebounding because he's always offensive rebounding, you know?
Stolen, Dontavius King, 4 seconds left. King, and wow, we got a blocking foul. I thought there was going to be a charge, but they called the block.
I didn't mean to gasp on air, but man, we've had a few of those plays here where you can see it coming, like where they're going to get their legs taken out from under them, and that's when I kind of get a little nervous for the guys, especially going full speed.
And you got a big guy like King.
Yeah.
That could really be ugly for him and or someone
Whoever,
else.
yeah.
So King gets 2 free throws. He makes the first. And Coach McLaughlin is undressing his guys for not being patient and running the offense.
Well, let's get back to a point that we talked about earlier. Think about King right there. Just goes coast to coast with the ball, under control, handled it well. So maybe you're on to something there, you know. But, again, I see him just translating into that tough guy role in college, man.
My thinking being, if he's my 2 guard, and I've got a
think
wiry,
that's ever gonna
slithery,
happen,
tough point guard, and then I've got some more size at the 3, 4,
Are
and the
you-
5, we're going to be punishing somebody.
Are you coming to a fight, or are you going to play ball? That's
Maybe that is what I'm thinking about. Our halftime score, Aspire Academy 31, Potter's House 23. We hope you are enjoying day 2, Hoopin' on the Hill, live from Warren Central High School, Bowling Green, Kentucky. A grind session event brought to you by Tanager Sports. For my color guy, Cullen Kreider, I'm Leroy Watson on play-by-play. And we'll be back at about the 3-minute mark to get you ready for the second half. Joe Jones contested. Tyrese Samuel. Here Armstrong to Jimmy Bell for the jump. Saved by Isanza to here Armstrong, lob to Isanza. Coleman Hawkins. Stolen Pierre Cockrell. He gives it to Malik Tidwell in transition. He lobs it off the glass. Armstrong into the lane. Lobs it to Ricky Sanza for another jam. Possession, Cockrell with the steal. Lob off the backboard to Kwani. Jumper, no good. Coleman Hawkins with the rebound. Outlets to Pierre Cockrell off the glass to Kwani once again. LaMelo Ball with the rebound.
He wants it. Yep.
Oh! Emmanuel Shimungo.
That's a big time shot.
Oh my goodness! Bias fire. Wizards lob back door to. Picked up by LaMelo. Look at that underhand. No,
I think there needs to be a different matchup there.
That is not what. Oh, Terry! Just under 3 minutes before the start of the second half. And our score is Aspire Academy Wizards 31, Potter's House Christian Lions 23. And here's your first half scoring update. Ramon Woods and Ahmad Harvey lead the Wizards with 8 points apiece, followed by Prosper Obidibubi with 5, Sekou Seda Calais 4, and 3 each for Eduardo Ramirez and TJ Toney. The Lions were led by Dontavius King with 8, Marseille Caston and Keanu Calderon 4 apiece, DeAndre Harvey chipped in 3, and Konstantin Datchenko and Wiesa Panzo contributed 2 each. So heading into the second half, I would imagine that Potter's House is going to try to find ways of getting the big guy untracked. Yes, he scored 8 points, but 4 of those were from the free throw line. He only has 2 made field goals in the first half, and that's just not going to be enough.
You got to think, too, he probably only played, honestly, 8 or 9 minutes.
That's true.
You know, so, I mean, he's been pretty efficient. He struggled a little bit as far as he's had a lot of shots where he was going too fast. You know, he's not getting a lot of post catches. You know, a lot of it's been in transition where he's been going too fast and just missing layups. But, you know, he's been efficient with the minutes that he's played.
And if you are Aspire Academy, you really don't want to change much of anything. The pace has been to their liking, and they've been doing what they do. They've been playing scrappy defense. They've been on the offensive glass. They've gotten some good looks for Ahmad Harvey and Sekou Seda Calais, as well as Prosper Obidibubi. So you want to keep everything going the same, but this is basketball. Nothing ever stays the same. Everything changes.
We say this all the time. Aspire likes to ugly it up, you know, and that's just their style, and they're comfortable playing that way, and it plays to their advantage.
And rather surprisingly, Mayum has had virtually zero effect on this game after being so effective yesterday. So we'll have to see if he can impose his will on the proceedings somewhat. But Potter's House just has got to find more points. You said about midway the first half, the first to 50 might win it. Now Aspire is on pace to score 62. But even if we're trying to get to that 50-point mark, you're not even halfway there with 23.
Right.
They've just got to get more production from someone somewhere.
Well, I think they need to find a good rotation as well. You know, they haven't had a very good rotation so far.
Ramon Woods in the backcourt. Aspire with the basketball to start the second half. The Wizards and the Lions both have gone back to their starting lineups to begin the second half. And Ramon Woods with the floater in the lane.
Ramon Woods held that ball from start to finish there. No passes, nothing. Still gets it to fall.
Ahmad Harvey almost created a steal there. Marseille Caston able to retain possession. And there's still plenty of time on the shot clock, 10 seconds. King set a big screen there on TJ Toney. And I do not know how Tomasi Gilgeous-Alexander did not know how many seconds were left on the shot clock. His coaches were screaming 4, 3, 2, 1. And he seemingly didn't hear.
We'll give credit again to Aspire, though. King was wide open on the backside, but Aspire still took away those passing lanes with their length and their size. Only way to have gotten it to him would have been to lob it over, to throw it over the defense, and they just didn't.
And that's always a dangerous
They didn't see
thing.
it, yeah.
Ahmad Harvey at the elbow.
Oh, good pin.
To Sekou Seda Calais.
Calais literally pinned the defender underneath the basket. I mean, you know, you can't let him have that spot, but credit him with good offensive footwork there to get his spot. It's a good shot.
Stray ball is good. DeAndre Harvey with his second 3 of the afternoon. Ramon Woods to TJ Toney.
Nobody there. Ooh.
Wow, that was a dangerous pass. Ahmad Harvey picked it up. TJ Harvey, deep right wing. Top of the key, over to Ahmad Harvey on the left wing. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Sekou Seda-Calais.
Yeah. It's great patience by Aspire. They didn't rush anything. They had a couple of opportunities there where they could have thrown up a bad shot, and they did not do that. And another good look for Calais.
37-26. The lead swells to 11. This is the largest of the game
Notice
for Aspire.
Notice the communication here by Aspire on defense. Everyone's talking on the floor.
Wiza Panzo called for the charge. He got in the air, nowhere to go, no real plan. That's never a good thing.
As a defender, all you do there is you get to the other side of the lane, you meet him there, and you get a foot on the baseline, and now he's got nowhere to go.
That's the
Perfect
second
job.
foul on Panzo, first on Potter's House of the second half. So Aspire looking to expand on their lead now. Whoa. Woods puts him on skates. No good. Strong rebound by Dontavius King in traffic. And King demanding the ball. Come here, he says. Turnaround jumper, no good. And ball out, last touched by Aspire. Potter's House side out. And King working hard. He wants the basketball now. Marseille Caston. He is fouled. Foul committed by Sekou Seda-Calais, his fourth. And team's first. So Marseille Caston to the line, shooting 2. Trailing by 11, Potter's House will welcome the opportunity to trim the lead with the clock not running. And Caston missed the first. Well, I just heard Jeremy Kipnis call him something closer to what public announce is calling out than what we have. Got to figure out who number 32 is. At any rate, second free throw is good for Caston. Lead is 10, 37-27. Foul on Dontavius King. That is his first, team second.
A little surprised at that. I didn't feel like the King would make that foul. But he gave ref a reason to blow the whistle, you know. There, you just let him shoot that. If he makes it, he makes it. If he doesn't, or I mean, if he makes it, it's a tough shot that he made. So I mean, you did your job as a defender,
and he earned it.
You can't slap down there.
He missed it. Oh, Ahmad Harvey, offensive rebound and tip.
The young man has played very well today.
He's got 10 so far. Caston tried to get it to Panzo.
And give Ramon Woods a lot of credit right there. The lateral quickness that he has to stay with guys. He's very quick laterally, and he created that turnover with his ball pressure. And see, you just need to go up there if you're Harvey. He wanted to go behind his back.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know how they kept the ball, but.
Ball out of bounds. The referees rule that it was last touched by Potter's House. Up next at 3 p.m. is a game you do not want to miss, folks. Bella Vista Prep versus our savior, New American, Trey Ball good. TJ Tony, his second three of the day.
Right at the end of the shot clock as well, so heads up shot there by Tony.
And the lead swells to 15, 42-27, largest of the game so far for the Wizards. Montavious King, ball in the paint.
Aspire has absolutely textbook defense right now. I just noticed Harvey, there was a cut there by Potter's house from the guard. I don't remember which guard it was. I think it was Woods, was a little late on the cut. Harvey steps over, steps his foot into the lane, and does not allow that pass to go there.
Ron Woods, elbow jumper, no good.
And that's the third time down the floor that Woods has shot the ball without making any passes. That, if I'm a coach, that frustrates me, but that's just me.
But I'm with you there. TJ Tony creates the steal. Prosper Obi to Booby. He is showing a little explosion today that I'm not accustomed to from him. But I'm not complaining. It's a nice look. Foul committed by Ahmad Harvey, his first, team second of the second half. And so DeAndre Harvey will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. 44-27, the lead is 17, 10:54 to go in the game. Mayum into the contest for Potter's house, replacing Marseille Caston.
Harvey's got a really nice stroke. He's knocked down a couple of threes. Looks good from the free throw line as well.
And he makes both from the line.
A little pressure here now by Potter's house. Full court. Good pass.
Stolen. Weeza Panzo. Second time today, Dontavious King has lost that ball out of bounds on the baseline.
Backside.
Mart Harvey saves a near steal. Harvey, elbow jumper, no good.
Short.
Prosper Obi, no good.
You got to get out of there, yep. That's why you got to get out of there, because you're going to lose it. Timeout by Kipnis.
And Potter's house.
I think that's a really good timeout, too.
Yes.
I mean, I know they're up 17, but you can see guys are a little winded right now from both teams. So I think this is more of a breather timeout just to get his guys refreshed and lock them in here for the final stretch.
So we'll take a break as well with 9:47 to go in the game. Aspire on top of Potter's house, 46-29. Day 2, Hoopin' on the Hill 2019, live from Warren Central High School in Bowling Green, Kentucky. A grind session event brought to you by Tanager Sports. We will be back in a moment. Potter's House basketball trailing by 17. And just before they broke the huddle, Potter's House Coach Steve McLaughlin said, y'all got to work. And that's the long and the short of it right now. They got work to do to get back in this contest. Ramon Woods called for his third foul. And that's the third against Aspire in this half. DeAndre Harvey to Weeza Panzo, no good.
It's a good rebound there by Newton.
Beautiful rebound by Newton. Konstantin Dachenko steals the pass. Mayum, pocket pass to Weeza, no good. Panzo. Panzo trying to stay in front of Ramon Woods, and it's just not going to work. It's a terrible matchup if you're Potter's House.
And Woods, he's so low to the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, he can turn those corners a lot quicker than someone that's taller, you know, and so he stays very low. That's what you're supposed to do with the basketball anyway, when you, especially on the drive. And he is, I mean, I'm telling you, man, he's right there on the ground. Oh, he's wide open down there.
Woods, oh, man, how did he get that wide open? That's a nice close out there by Mayum to force him to do something different.
Double screen.
Figgy
Surprised they
Newton.
didn't call that walk.
I am too. And Coach McLaughlin is annoyed. Ball out of bounds, last touched by Aspire. Potter's House will retain possession.
The difference in this game has been the defense for Aspire. They've really
Yes.
locked down, played very disciplined on this end. Oh.
That was short. Konstantin Dachenko called for the foul. That is his second, team third of the second half. Jaden Alton battling.
Good timeout. I was sitting there in my head saying timeout, just for as far as what I would do or what I think should be done. So good heads-up play there by Jaden Alton.
30-second timeout. Charge to Aspire Academy. 7:24 left in the contest, and the lead is now 19, 48-29. And Cullen, I just can't help but think Potter's House still needs somebody to step up on offense and carry some of this load.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't gotten into a rhythm the entire game. You know, I mean, I can't think of anybody that's really put up points for them,
Right.
other than King, you know, in the first half with 8. But
Aspire basketball. 7:24 left in the game.
That's a big
Keanu
shot there.
Calderon, they needed that.
Yep.
Calderon has 7, and the lead is 16, 48-32. Jaden Oughton, no good. Dontavius King with the rebound.
Mike. Good pass.
Mayum, his first basket of the afternoon.
Mayum is very springy, man. I mean, he caught that and came back up with it almost in a, it wasn't a windmill, but almost in that same type of motion. Out of necessity because of the pass. But.
And stolen by Potter's House. Oh, that 3 did everything but fall in.
Tony with a nice
Tony.
look.
That's his 3rd 3 of the afternoon, and the deficit has been trimmed to 16, 50-34. Big screen set there by King. Spire basketball.
So Potter's House, they're trying to create some turnovers here with this pressure, but
not working. The Spire has a stable of very good ball handlers.
I got 1 second here. Yeah.
Good call.
There's the turnovers that they're looking for. There's still plenty of time.
4:59.
Good cut.
Basket good. Marseille Keston.
Couple more stops here, and we've got a really interesting game.
That's 5. Oh. Mayum. There we go, number 1. All right, 3rd foul on Mayum. 14th foul of the second half, and to the line. Prosper Obi. Obi makes the first. He makes both. (52-36). Dante King. No good. Big E Newton.
I was going to say, that would have been an incredible shot.
Yes, it would have.
Good pass.
Oh, yes. Dontavius cannot buy a shot.
Well, and he can't get a call either. You know,
Yes.
I don't think the last one was a foul, or the one before that. And I'm not even saying that one was, but he hadn't had any success drawing fouls today when he's gotten in close.
Meeting at the rim. Ahmad Harvey, his second foul. And the fourth on the Spire Academy in the second half.
At the line for Power South Christian, number 0, Keanu Calderon, shooting 2.
Calderon misses the first.
Fire Academy, number 0, Ramon Woods, is taking back in for Power South Christian, number 33, Konstantin Dalchenko.
Second free throw, Calderon is good. Dunk is good. Sekou Seda-Calais, he's got 10.
Timeout on the floor.
Another smart timeout.
Timeout by Aspire.
Full timeout start for Fire Academy.
He actually had a full and a 30, but he calls a full timeout. 2:38 to go, and we will take what is likely our final break of this contest. The score is Aspire 54, Potter's House Christian 37. Stay tuned for Bella Vista versus Our Savior New American at 3 p.m. But first, we've got to finish this one out. We hope you are enjoying day 2 of Hoopin' on the Hill live from Warren Central High School in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And we will be back in a moment. Spire Academy trying to play out the string on this one and take home a W. Ramon Woods lobs it to Sekou Seda-Calais. He is fouled by Konstantin Dalchenko.
And I was just waiting on that lob to come. I think it may have been a dribble too late, but that could be because Calais wasn't there. I was watching the ball, but it just unfolded that way. You just saw the numbers. Once the numbers turned into the 3-on-1 or 3-on-2, you knew that backside lob was there.
Seda-Calais makes the first. And Aspire is just such a difficult team to defeat because if you get the lead on them, they're patient, they'll chip away. If you're trying to come from behind, they're disciplined and they're not going to do a lot of craziness. So, you know, it's almost impossible to blow them out. They're just a tough, tough team to play and beat. (56-37), the lead is 19. 2 minutes left in the contest. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Ramon Woods into the lane. Stolen. Picked up by DeAndre Harvey. Tray ball. is good. Marseille Caston. And we've got a timeout. And it's a 30-second timeout called by Coach Stephen McLaughlin and Potter's House.
Let me give
Trailing by seat 16.
I'll give you something here. Coach Kipnis, I just watched on the floor. He's got a couple guys. He could tell they were kind of maybe going back and forth at one another. And he just told them and he motioned them and said, get your chin up, get your head up. You know, to me, not only is that the message that he always sends, but it's also the message that, look, you guys got scouts watching you today. And I know they have scouts watching them all the time. I'm not saying like that they've never seen this before. I don't mean it like that, but you know, body language is so important.
It is
to coaches at the next level, and perception is reality. You know, I mean that's just reality. You know, and so they want guys that they know that are coachable, that will listen, and that's what Coach Kipnis preaches.
And kids who don't get down when things aren't going their way at that moment. Because at the end of the day, look at the scoreboard. What do you got your head down?
Well, and that's something that I didn't mention, and it was kind of part of my point, is that they're up 16 points, you know, and he's telling them, you know, look, keep your head up. There's no reason to be down on yourselves right now. Just move on to the next play.
TJ Tony tried to save it, ended up being stolen, and Marseille Caston with the basket. And the lead is 14 with 1 minute, 12 seconds left to go.
You got a problem here now because they've got, okay.
And there we go. Ramon Woods over the timeline into the front court. Stolen, DeAndre Harvey.
Well, and I think that goes back to what I was saying is that.
Trey ball is good. Keanu Calderon. All of a sudden, this is an entirely different ball game.
And what my point was that Harvey was walking out to take the ball out of bounds. So now you had two guys taking the ball out of bounds. Now your numbers are way off. And so once they got into the front court, their numbers were still off. And that's where they pick up the steal because he throws back to who he thought he was throwing to his own teammate. It was Woods, I believe. And he was actually throwing
Woods.
it to Potter's house.
So we'll take what will probably be our last timeout of this game. I know I said that before. 52.9 seconds left, and Potter's House trying to rally, trailing 56-45. Day 2, Hoopin' on the Hill, live from Bowling Green, Kentucky. A grind session event brought to you by Tanager Sports. We will be right back. So the inbounds was almost stolen there by Marseille Caston. And Prosper Obi-Debubi was trapped in the dead zone.
Yeah.
And we've got a full timeout on the floor, but we'll go ahead and just stay here. Prosper Obi-Debubi. And, well, I don't know what he's complaining about. It was an 11-point game.
Just down 9. I just said timeout.
Coach, you were down 11. It was 11 the whole time. So one of the coaches from Potter's House got lost track of the score. I don't know what he's talking about. It was 11-point game.
Yeah,
but, when you're fighting, trying to come from behind, it's easy to make a mistake like that. He just probably did the math wrong in his head. But anyway, for a change, Cullen, I've got to say, Aspire actually looks rattled. This is the first time I've seen them truly rattled like this. Trying to hang on to this lead with 44.1 seconds left.
It would take a miracle right here, but, I mean, they've cut into it very quickly here in the last 20, 30 seconds.
They have trimmed 8 points from that deficit in 30 seconds. stranger things have happened. Figgy with a beautiful pass into the front court. Ahmad Harvey, he wraps it around behind the back to Sekou Seda Calais. Beautiful all the way. And just like that, Aspire looks like they've righted the ship. Tray ball, good. DeAndre Harvey. Got a timeout.
Well, now, if Potter's House would have been shooting the ball this well to begin with, to start the game or throughout the game, they wouldn't be in this position.
Exactly. It'd be an entirely different contest.
And now, they've reeled off, you said 11 points now in the past minute or so.
Well, they cut 8 points off the deficit.
Yeah.
In like 35 seconds, 30 to 35.
It's like when I think of 8 points in a short amount of time, I think of Reggie Miller every single time against the Knicks.
There you go.
Long, long ago, but he did it in like 11 seconds or something crazy like that.
Something crazy. I think, 11, 14, 16, ridiculously
It was under 20
short.
seconds.
Yeah, it was definitely under 20. Definitely remember that. But the lead is 10, 58-48 after that tray ball by Potter's House. Figgy up front to Sekou Seda Calais. He gets it to Prosper Obi Dabubi, and he finishes. Tray ball is good. Marseille Caston, but that's it.
It was a good game, very good game.
Very good. And
up and down.
a furious rally there at the end by Potter's House, but they just fall a little bit short. And our final score is Aspire 60, Potter's House 51. Sekou Seda Calais looks really strong all evening, and it looks like he will be our player of the game.
Starting at approximately 3 o'clock, featuring Bella Vista Prep at Scottsdale, Arizona, taking on our Savior New American at Long Island, New York.
Sekou with a team high. Well, he was second behind Ramon Wood. Yeah, team high, 13. And so we'll take a moment out and talk with our player of the game, Sekou Seda Calais. Sekou, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You've been working hard. I see no blood on the jersey there.
Yes, sir.
But I guess that's really the theme for Aspire Academy. We always say it every week. It's one of the grittiest, toughest teams we see. You guys never quit. You always play hard. You rebound the ball really well, especially on the offensive glass. And all that was really important. You guys lost 8 points on your lead in 35 seconds down the stretch. You actually looked a little rattled. Talk about what you were doing in the last couple of timeouts to make the adjustments to keep that lead.
All the coach told us, just talk to each other. And communication is best of everything. So if we talk to each other, we're going to know what we're doing. So as long as we was going, we were still communicating and we were staying in the game.
Potter's House is a very physical team. You guys are a physical team. I knew ahead of time it was going to be a really tough contest. What's your mindset when you play a team that's physically as tough and as quick as Potter's House?
To me, in my head, it's like I'm better than all of them. So my coach are expecting me to do whatever in my power to play as much as I can. He always say that you gotta play as the best version of yourself. So we always play like that. So that's our mindset as a team.
All right, so the championships are in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
All the marbles will be on the line. You guys feel like you're ready to go?
Yes, sir. Sure.
All right.
We've been practicing for all day, every day. It's our mindset, so it's our goal.
And it's going to be here in Kentucky, so it won't be far from you. Maybe you'll get a few fans, maybe a little home cooking.
Yes, sir.
And that'll help you guys out.
Yes, sir.
All right, Sekou, always a pleasure watching you play. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Y'all get that ice bath after this physical game.
Sure, sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And up next, a matchup I know that I've been waiting for. My broadcast partner, Cullen Kreider's been waiting for it. 3 o'clock, Bella Vista Prep out of Arizona versus Our Savior New American out of New York. It's going to be a fantastic one. Scary Terry Armstrong for Bella Vista. Jonathan Kuminga, the number 3 sophomore in the country for Our Savior New American. Don't go anywhere. That game will start in about 6.5 minutes.